didn't build a team from scratch on my own. I was kind of just thrown into a position where once these people were my peers, now they're no longer that for me, right? As like I'm in a leadership position out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And because I was, a young buck there, and most of them were older than me a lot, and um, that was a rough transition. Like no one really respected me at first, right? And I had to build that trust and
Right.
that respect, and that was hard. And eventually happened, and we then we started with a lot of online lead gen, and we really worked up those systems. We had a full-time ISA running calls, booking appointments, and we had sync. We were running sync with some big numbers, and we ended up with thousands upon five-figure numbers of leads coming in and running through the system, and that's when I met Rich, and we were making okay money from it. It wasn't LRS numbers, but it was good. And that's when I met Rich, and I was all excited and really energetic about it. And I came up to him, and I said, Rich, there's I'm running the system, and we've got it down, and we've dialed in the knobs, and it's looking real good and everything. And this is something that's really good, and you should really know about this. As if Rich didn't already know about this. Of course, he knew all about it, but I was
Sure you
just
would.
a bit young, and I guess hungry, and just excited. And he kind of turned to me and he said, Adam, that's great, um, but like, what do you want? What do you want? And I kind of said, well, I'd like to like really grow it and be the best at it, and my daddy told me if I'm gonna do something, I better be the best at
Yeah.
it, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he said, well, Adam, are you sure you want what it takes in order to be the best? Are you sure that you want that? Are you sure you know what that is? And I didn't really understand what he was saying to me at the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But now in hindsight, I kind of realized what he was trying to say to me at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was, uh, you know, he said he kind of laid out to me what was truthfully the case of just, you know, you're running these big systems for online leads, and you don't have any safety net for your business. If you don't have a system with touch points going back to your clients, and you're not investing in those relationships, and you're turning and burning, then you're at the whim of Google and Facebook. And if they change their algorithms at any point in time, you're screwed. And you don't realize that you've basically, you know, I guess, devised a business that you are not necessarily in control of, and you don't even realize it. And he said it to me in nicer words, but that's what he said to me.
Can you
And
can you put it in perspective? I hate to interrupt you.
sure.
For date, when are we talking that you had that conversation? Because do you remember at
Mm,
Masters he alluded to that to you directly from the stage?
yeah,
How's
Bill,
that
like,
working? Sorry, I
sorry,
didn't mean
not
to. I
Bill.
want to hear the rest of this, but I
No,
didn't mean
no,
to interrupt.
Rich, like kind of like totally threw the spotlight on me, and I was like, oh man, and like made me stand up. There's like a crowd of 1,000 people all like turn their
How do
heads at once.
how do you think I felt? How do you think I felt for 20 minutes up there? So feel my pain, but
I
go
was
ahead.
like, oh
I'm
man,
so interested in this. Keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
yeah, no,
I
so
just was trying to say, so what year are we talking about that he had this conversation with you? And were you coaching with him directly at that point, or were you with
not at
Bill
that
at the
point.
time?
Not at that point.
You
I
weren't coaching at all?
That was 2018.